I'm Anthony Head. For the past few years, I've had a fantastic time playing the part of Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, you might think that I would know all there is to know about the supernatural. Well, I'm no expert, I'm just an actor. However, I have become intrigued about the root, the origins of these supernatural tales. And I'd like to know more. And so begins my journey into the heart of darkness. In this film, I'm going to find out the real truth behind one of folklore's deadliest creatures, the vampire. You wouldn't expect a modern, busy city like London to be big on vampires, but you'd be wrong. Between 1967 and 1984, Highgate Cemetery was the centre of a vampire epidemic. This is the original film footage from 1970 that first reported these attacks.
Satan, get you behind me and be gone from this place forever. I am the Right Reverend Seán Manchester, Bishop of Glastonbury and Autocephalous or Catholic jurisdiction, and Primate for Ecclesia Apostolica Jesu Christi. I speak on behalf of traditional Christians everywhere. I absolutely believe in the existence of vampires. There's no question or doubt in my mind. It's part of my theology, because if I'm to believe in angels, I must believe in fallen angels, and these are called demons. And if I believe in the supernatural, and I do, and if I believe in what the Bible teaches, which I do, then to believe in vampires is just a small part of that.
In 1969, Bishop Manchester discovered startling evidence of vampire attacks in Highgate Cemetery.
As far as we know, it has only physically attacked one male person who has passed by the gate, but there are others who amply attest to have been visited by it in their beds at night.
One of these victims was Elizabeth Vaudewa.
Myself and a girlfriend. And we were walking down, and we established that this was the town we both saw, where there's a graveyard in front of you, and the graves were opening up, and people were rising.
Elizabeth's boyfriend at the time, Keith McLean, began noticing changes in her.
There was an exorcist moment, and I was lying in bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and a very deep voice, almost a male voice, came out of her mouth saying, "I'm going to bring both of you down." So I was doing a lot of praying.
One day I woke up and I went downstairs. There was two lumps on my neck. They weren't lumps, they were like pinholes.
I hadn't included the possibility of it being a vampire because I hadn't even thought of that or realised the existence of vampires. But then when Bishop Manchester spoke to me and explained about the legions of the undead, thereafter everything fitted and totally made sense. I believe it was a vampire, yes. I don't have any doubt about that.
To save Elizabeth from certain death, Bishop Manchester and Keith McLean claimed to have performed rituals to rid her of this fiendish vampire, and very quickly the night visitations stopped, and Elizabeth made a full recovery. The hunt was now on for the resting place of the Highgate Vampire.
It was finally tracked down to the bowels of a neo-Gothic derelict mansion on the borders of Highgate, where, after much drama, we dragged the contents of the casket out up to the rear of the garden and cremated all therein. And that was indeed the last of the primary source of the vampire contagion at Highgate Cemetery at the beginning of 1974. The vampire is the antithesis of life. It is a disgusting and filthy parody of the redeeming blood of Christ. It can only bring death, misery, and worse, the contamination of the soul.
I can find no record of a real body being exhumed from the mansion that Bishop Manchester talks of. Yet, he clearly believes he's killed a vampire. How outlandish is such a belief? How can the allure of the supernatural have survived beyond the Middle Ages? At some level, are we all still open to such beliefs?